play a game.
What is going on, guys? Happy Saturday, special Saturday edition of Virtual Redban number 677. Uma, that's right. That's the name of this new kitty cat that I just got, and we'll show you that little kitty cat in just a sec. But first, happy Saturday. Cheers to you. I'm having my first drink of the night. Yum. And that's out of that new Death Squad blue mug that's out right now. If you want to get that mug, you can go to deathsquad.tv, the original website, where you can find at the very top, you can click on Shop Squad, and you can get mugs, hats, shirts, everything, including the new stickers at shopsquad.tv, or at deathsquad.tv. You can find every episode of Kill Tony, including the last episode with H. Foley and Kevin Ryan. Woo, that was a fun one. That was a really good one. You could also find the Sunset Strip Comedy Club, which is my comedy club. And man, we had a awesome secret show Thursday. Go to sunsetstripatx.com or click the link at Death Squad, and you can see our whole entire lineup, all our shows, including Cam Patterson's bi-weekly show, Black and Mild, and of course, my show every single Thursday, The Secret Show. And man, I don't know what happened. I don't know why, since football started, Austin's a huge football town. And the first week was like the first game, the NFL Thursday game, like 3 weeks ago, man, it was just like night and day. It was like, whoa, what happened? Why is it so dead tonight? I mean, it was just dead for Secret Show. And then the following week was a little bit better. But last night, or Thursday night, was packed. It was pretty much almost sold out, if not sold out. Just you guys really came through, and it was awesome. We had so many amazing comics. We had Sarah Weinshank, Jet Ski, Jesse Johnson, Cam Patterson, Brian Holtzman. We just had so many comics on the show. So you can check out, if you come to Austin, Texas, highly go to the mothership for sure. But check out my club also. It's right next door. Come out to a secret show. Plan your Thursday at a secret show. A lot of good like reviews. I looked on Reddit, and somebody went to the show and gave a nice little review of the show and said he had a fun time and it was an awesome venue. And it was a 3 hour show. We had, I think, 17 comedians on the show. So yeah, it's always fun. But go to sunsetstripatx.com. Oh God, I got to sneeze. Sorry guys, I had to sneeze. All right. Yeah, but go to sunsetstripatx.com or just go to deathsquad.tv. There's all the links, including the YouTube for Kill Tony, Death Squad, everything right there. Deathsquad.tv. I feel like I got to sneeze again. I'm trying not to. No, it's not the cat. It's the wind. It's windy today. You could also send me a P.O. box. All right. Calm down. Comes in threes. You could also send me a P.O. box if you... Oh my gosh, I'm having a sneezing attack. There's my P.O. box. There's my email address if you want to send something. Janice! Let's just get right into it. Let's meet Uma. Uma is a 13-week-old... Oh my gosh. What is going on? It's a 13-week-old Maine Coon, full-bred Maine Coon kitten. We've had her for about 8 hours. And no, I don't know why I'm sneezing out of nowhere. There she is. Look at that sweet cat. Right. That's not a good place to put her. Here she is, guys. This is Uma. Welcome, Uma. Welcome to the chat. Uma is Maine Coon, like I said. She, right now, I don't know how much she weighs. She was like 3 or 4 pounds right now. But she gets up to about 15, 20 pounds. You could tell her paws are huge. Like, I mean, for a kitten, those are some big-ass paws. Let's see if I can put her down here. I don't know if I can. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. There she is. Hey, where are you going? Nope.
Should I hold her?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay.
She is very kittenish, as you can tell. She wants to play. Today she has been playing a lot.
Ow.
Hey.
Ow.
She has
She wants
claws.
to be put down. She's kicking me.
Okay, I guess you maybe take her downstairs. That's all we can do.
You want to see my phone?
Yeah, can you just leave it up here for a bit? Sorry, guys. She is not ready yet for... she's not ready yet for this. She's... if you follow me on Instagram, I have been posting a bunch of videos of her, and I'll be posting a lot of videos and photos. We could check out something I posted today. Let's see. That sneeze attack caught me. But here's her earlier today when we first got her. Just an adorable cat. She's already today slept on my face for about 2 hours. She just got right next to me and slept right on me, which is great. That's also, I think, really good for cats. That means they like you. Put the fence away. That means usually means that they like you. So that's great. The Maine Coon cat. This is a full bred Maine Coon also. But just look at those paws. I mean, I know, like, I wish I could show you better, have her sit still, but she is a kitten. Yeah, look at her ears. Her ears are magical. Like, look at the hair coming out of her ears. Like, just insane. I've never had a Maine Coon. I've had a few Persians before in the past, and of course, I've had a lot of like, just street cats, and adopted cats, mixed cats. I've always wanted though a huge cat. I've always wanted a big cat. I mean, here's her just sitting on the bed or on the couch. She was watching TV. Which is great. I love when animals watch TV. Now these cats can get pretty big. Like they can get bigger than 15 to 20 pounds. Some of them get up to 25 plus pounds. But look at that face. I've always thought that Maine Coons kind of look like, some of them, not all of them, but some of them look like when people dress up as cats, like furries. They kind of look like they're in a cat costume. And we'll have Uma on more. She's only been in this house 8 hours, so she's still, getting used to the house and stuff like that. But just an adorable cat. Just to kind of give you an example, if you've never seen a Maine Coon before, if you just Google Maine Coon, I mean, just look at the size of these that they could get. Like, look at this thing right here. I mean, just insane how big they can get. But, oh yeah, look at that thing in the winter. Whoa. I could just look at Maine Coon cats all day, though. Her name is Uma, which is great because, we got her from a amazing breeder here in Texas. And usually when you get an animal from a breeder, they name the cat. And I've used a breeder for my two Shih Tzus, and I've changed one of their names before because usually when the breeder gives a name, they're just kind of like, all right, it's like a hurricane. What are we going to name this cat? We got to name it something. Like the breeders almost think like that they're going to. Can you hear her meowing? She's very vocal. But the breeder always thinks that you're going to change the name of the cat, so they just kind of give it a cat or a name just to kind of identify it. And it was already named Uma, and Uma, I think, is just an amazing name for a cat. I've never even thought about naming a cat. I love, of course, Uma Thurman. Kill Tony, Quentin Tarantino, all that stuff. Uma has always been one of my favorites. So we've decided just to keep it Uma. I think it's a great name. The Shih Tzus and the cat, this is fun. Now, Maine Coons are known to be they're great with other dogs or other animals. They're great with kids. They're like gentle giants is what they're called a lot. The dogs, one of the Shih Tzus is Hooch, which you guys know Hooch the most, is fine with the cat. Hooch used to grow up with a lot of animals when it was younger, but Wiki, Wiki's not being mean or anything, but just more trying to be a friend, I guess, trying to get close and sniff the cat. The cat not having it growling and swatting at the dog. So they haven't got used to each other yet. But today, hours later, when I was laying on the couch, Uma laid on my head like I told you. And then Wiki jumped on the couch and then laid on my chest. And they were next to each other. Uma started growling a little, but then I started petting Uma. And then they both fell asleep next to each other. So I think it's going to be fine. Oh, shit. Thanks for the tippy poo. Holy cow. Goat eggs. Thank you for the tip. $20 for Uma. I'll make sure that goes right to Uma. That'll go right to her food and play toys. Thank you. Goat eggs. Thank you. Wow. Goat eggs. Santa Claus with a cat avatar gifted a membership to Goat Eggs. Well, look at that. Goat Eggs just became a member. Wait a second. Scissor Fruit was gifted a membership. Congratulations, Scissor Fruit. You can thank Goat Eggs gifted you a membership. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Goat Eggs. Kind of want to see a little bit more. Don't you want to see a little bit more of Uma? I kind of want to see just a little bit more of Uma. Can you bring Uma up one more time? All right, we're going to try one more time. All right, guys. All right, this is...
So active now that
She's so active because she just took a nap.
and it's nighttime.
Yeah, Maine Coons are... they love the night. Hey, bring her to me.
She does not want to be held.
I know,
now.
just give her to me. Give her to me. Give her to me. Hello? Give her to me. Uma has not been upstairs yet. This is our first time upstairs. All right. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Hi. Everyone say hi. You could tell by her face, though. Like, her face is going to be big. She already has that face where she's like, I'm going to... Look at her ears. Like, she's going to be an animal. She's going to be a big animal. Now do the little toy in front of her. Ooh, look at that toy, Uma. All right. Let me see if I can zoom in a little. Whoop.
Is she scratching you?
Yeah.
No, she's still active right now.
Okay.
Just put her down. I'll take her out.
All right. There's a little bonus Uma for you. Whoop. It's a furry owl it's like a furry owl with hands. Big paws. So there you go, guys. That is Uma. That's, you'll see Uma a lot in the future. If she's anything like my old cats used to like to sit behind me. This one might be a little hard to sit, but used to always like to sit behind me when I'm on my computer. Maybe I'll put like a little cat tree right here or something so she could sit. But that's day one. Day one of Uma. Okay, let's get into something else. Maybe we'll have another Uma update later. Who knows? Who knows? Let's talk about the new iPhone. Now, the new iPhones came out. We've talked about this a couple days ago. Apple gave me a huge copyright strike when I showed the commercial of the new iPhone. Not only did they give me a copyright strike, they banned the video from like the whole entire world. A lot of times you'll get a copyright strike, but they still let you play the video. You just can't monetize it. No, Apple's like, no one can see this, which makes zero sense, right? Anyways, this time around, the new iPhone 15 Pro, the big news is that the Pros are now made out of titanium. They have the new A17 Pro chip. They come in all these different colors that almost kind of look the same. This time around, I went with the white one. I have not had a white iPhone for years. I got the bigger one. It also it's good for gaming this time around. I don't know if you saw the news that this time around they're actually releasing real video games, like games that are coming out on PlayStation 5 and Xbox. Like they're releasing the same time on the iPhone, which is cool that the chip in it is powerful enough to do that. But also, I wonder how much they're going to be. Like they haven't come out yet. But can you imagine like paying $60, $70 for a video game that you could only play on your iPhone? I think if you buy it, you should just be able to, like, it comes with a iPhone version of it, I think. It's got new cameras on the iPhone Pro, new zoom, new portrait. I've had it now for 24 hours. I've been using it. Here is the phone I have. Let me just show it to you real quick. This is it right here. Nothing, I mean, it looks no different than last year's model, except that little switch on the side that used to be there to mute it. That's gone. It's now a action button, which so far I like. I didn't think I was going to like it. The bezels are smaller, like from the edge to the screen to this is smaller. Everything else, though, is pretty close to exactly how it was. Of course, the best thing is now it is USB-C. It's no longer the stupid Apple plug. Faster, better. You could also now hook up like hard drives to this, USB-C hard drives, and record right to the hard drive. So you can record ProRes video. This camera right here is a better zoom. It's five times zoom, but it's also like, what is it? It's like a periscope lens, and the cameras are really good on it. I've been testing it and I love it. And the best thing the cameras do now is this is something new that I really like. Now you just take a photo and you can make it a portrait later if you want, like if you want the background blurry. But you could also, like, if you want to make that arcade game in focus and me blurry. So later you can choose what you want to be blurry and what's not blurry, which is new and very cool. So far, loving the camera. But I tell you, the one thing that I like the most about it, that's another thing. The edges are now a little bit more rounder, so it's nice to hold in the hand. But I use a case. But the one thing I really like the best is now that it's made out of titanium, it is so much lighter. Like, I know it's not that much on paper, but it really is. It seems like it's a lot lighter. Like, I hold up both my last year phone and this year phone. It's a lot lighter. Now, I did something I wasn't going to do. I usually just give Janice my old iPhone, but they were going to give me so much in trade-in that I was like, you know what? I could just get her a new iPhone instead. I got her, I didn't get her the Pro. I got her the iPhone 15. What do they call this thing? Not Max. iPhone 15. What is it called? Plus. iPhone 15 Plus. This is the pink one which is a very nice pink. It is actually kind of like a creamy, lighter pink. Pretty much the front of the screen looks almost exactly the same. But there you go. Here's the difference. Well, here's it with the case on, but there you go. Her battery life is better than mine, though, which Mr. Who's the Boss on YouTube did a cool video where he tested all the battery lives of the new iPhone, last year's model, this year's model, and he found that this one, the iPhone 15 Plus, had the best battery out of all of them.
He got swatted again.
Good. Here's your phone if you want it.
Oh my god.
It also has this year time around something that annoyed the fuck out of me. It has a new coating on the lenses. If you ever have an iPhone and you're filming at night and there's lights, like street lights or something, you always get these like floating like dots, you know, like these reflections. Kind of annoying. And now they have this new coating on the lens that that helps a lot. So that's another thing they have. Anyways, not a huge update, but the USB-C charging, the lightness of it, that's probably the best stuff so far. I'm trying to think of anything else that I've noticed that I like. It's pretty much the same, guys. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Oh, this action button, though, is pretty nice. I do like the action button. It's not a polarized lens. It's a coating they put on the lens just to kind of combat those flares or glares. It's not. It still happens, though. I don't know how, like, Samsung and other cameras or other companies don't have it as bad as Apple. Like, they're doing something different because it's still there. It's just not that bad. It's not as crazy as it used to be. But it makes me wonder what, like, Samsung's doing, because I never see it on Samsung's. I want Tim Cook to introduce the iPhone 16 by saying it's pretty much the same, guys. Yeah. Overall, though, I think the lightness and how light it is my favorite part about it. What's crazy, though, is how this is kind of messed up. What is it? iPhone 15. Hold on a sec. iPhone 15 Pro. Check this out. This is kind of fucked up. So you guys might know Jerry Riggs Everything. If you don't, he's a great YouTuber to follow. I've talked about him before. He does these like videos where he just destroys things. You know what I mean? Like he'll take like a new product like the iPhone and just see how durable it is by lighting it on fire, scratching it. I mean, it's hard to watch if you're a techie. But one thing he learned this time around, and this is very shocking, especially since, you know, it's now titanium, is he does this thing called the bend test where he bends it. I mean, just to show you what kind of shit he does, it's kind of disturbing, but
Physical vapor deposition.
I mean,
it's a pretty wild
like,
method of applying an
by the way, this always drives me crazy.
ultra-thin protective layer over the titanium. I don't know enough about PVD to talk about it in depth, but you know, it is scratchable. Exactly like the anodized aluminum.
Rhino says, my iPhone 14 Pro Max is only 8 months old. Is it worth the upgrade? Honestly, Rhino, not really. Not really. I mean, I think you'll probably get like $650 trade in for it. So it just depends, you know. I mean, it's if how much is it worth it to you? I always say that I use my phone every single day, hours and hours a day. So to me, trading in my 650 iPhone 14 Pro Max and paying, I don't know, $400, $500 for a new one, to me, it's worth it. But I use my phone so much, I always like to have the newest phones. So I know it's whatever, you know, it's not that huge of a deal. I like how light it is. I like USB-C. I like any new camera I can get. And the battery life is a lot better than the 14 Pro Max. Anyways, check this out. This is one bad thing about the new iPhone. And this, I've watched him do this to almost every single phone in the world, and this has never happened before like this.
Everything except for this 5G antenna slot, for some reason this side. And if cameras, we still get that gradual. At the bottom we have a
I mean, he's pretty much a serial killer to technology. It's kind of messed up. All right, but let's look at this though. Let me see if I can find it. Wait, where is it? Let's see. All right.
We'll try out my big boy lighter in a second. It's time to see if the new blended aluminum titanium grafted hybrid structure compromises.
So what he does is he just pretty much bends a phone. You know, like there was that thing that Unbox Therapy did a long time ago where he bent a phone and the whole thing bent, and they called it Bendgate or something like that back in the day.
Is the structural integrity of the iPhone 15 Pro Max.
Look at that. He barely did it, anything, and he broke the back glass.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I did not see that one coming. You've been watching me durability test smartphones for about 11 years now, and most phones do not break. iPhones especially do not break, like ever. And that snap was abnormally quick. Kinda stunned. I'm not sure if it's because the grade 5 titanium frame has nearly 3 times more tensile strength than aluminum, or half the elasticity, but the glass did not like being pressed or flexed by my thumb. That's crazy. On the first bend, too. Internally, the phone itself is doing fine, of course. There's no cracking or shattering of the frame. But the back glass is definitely obliterated. Good thing.
Now, he tries it again later in the video with a iPhone 15, not iPhone 15 Pro, but not the big one, the smaller version.
The back glass of the regular iPhone 15 Pro for similar structural deficiencies as its larger counterpart, with some very strong bends from the back. Nothing happens. Flipping the phone over to the front, again, nothing happens.
So that's interesting. So this seems
iPhone
like
15 Pro survives.
So it seems like just the larger version of the iPhone 15 Pro. Now, I do recommend watching this whole video, especially if you've never watched him before. He goes through into like the materials that's being used and titanium, and it's very interesting. He burns it also with a blowtorch. So check out his Jerry Rig Everything on YouTube. If you don't know, now you know. And he's pretty legit. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you was what I already said. Is this, which I thought was interesting. Now, this is Mr. Who's the Boss. Also another awesome YouTuber, tech YouTuber. He's really great. I like him a lot. Mr. Who's the Boss. He does this every year, where he takes all the phones and goes through a battery test. He has the iPhone 15 Pro Max, iPhone 15 Pro, 15 Plus, regular iPhone 15, 14 Pro Max, iPhone 14, and 13 Pro Max. And he pretty much just sits there and does the exact same thing on every single phone. Like, hey, I'm doing TikTok now I'm doing YouTube, and he checks the batteries out. This test Takes them over 12 hours to do, and you get to find out pretty, I mean, this is pretty accurate, like testing which iPhone has the best battery. And I found it interesting this year around. I mean, look, we're at 8 hours right now. Now, this is 8 hours of screen time turned on. This is as if you sat there all day, every hour, every minute with your iPhone on, doing things like games, videos, streaming. He did Zoom calls. Like he sat there, and did it all day. And immediately, what's interesting, I thought, is look, the smaller iPhone 15 Pro is at 10% right now, where the Pro Max is at 30. The 15 Plus is at 37. So the phone that Janice has, the pink one I just showed you, is beating every one of these phones. iPhone 14 at 5%, 13 Pro Max at 20. I mean, regular iPhone 15, they start dying. iPhone 14 Pros died first, followed by the 15 Pro. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Right there, because I've always been like, every year when I buy a new iPhone, I'm like, all right, do I want the big Pro or the smaller Pro? But immediately, I'm forever going to be an a Pro Max, I guess. I mean, number 2 from a phone that came out last year. Number 3 was the iPhone 15. Wow, look at all this, though. Anyways, check it out. Mr. Who's the Boss on YouTube if you want to watch the whole thing and watch how he does it. He also has a lot of good videos also, if you love those techie things. Great YouTube channel. Other than that, yeah. Yeah, that's all I got about that. I didn't show you who won. So pretty much who won was, check this out. So here is my phone. It came in number 2.
Which will make very minimal difference when on Wi-Fi, but just for the sake of clarity, it probably would have lasted an extra 5 minutes. And then...
So that lasted 11 hours and 41 minutes of extreme use, just using it nonstop. I am going to tell you right now, I got this phone yesterday at 5 p.m. and I had to transfer all my stuff to it. I've been using it nonstop, and I just hit 1% in my battery from 75%, not even 100. I went from 75% to 1% today at about 7 p.m. So over 24 hours. Great battery.
Probably would have lasted an extra 5 minutes. And then what I did not see coming, the winner of this entire...
Janice's phone. Right there. Same color and everything. 13 hours and 19 minutes.
Test, and by far the longest score I've ever recorded / had to sit through would be the 15 Plus. And do consider subscribing if you appreciate the effort. This is actually such a lead over not just the phones that finished early, but also the Pro Maxes that for about 10 minutes after this test finished, I was unironically just sitting there contemplating putting the 15 Pro Max in a drawer and switching to this. This is absolutely absurd battery life, and I am all for it.
There you go. Interesting, huh? Pooter. Interesting. Very interesting. So there you go. New iPhone. I wouldn't Yeah, I would say if you had last year's iPhone, I wouldn't recommend it. But it is a good upgrade if you're about 2 years old. I would recommend it. And, do your research, do your own research, like if you should get the Pro model or just the regular model. But I would get the larger model of either of them, just for battery. One last thing I wanted to show you. Uh, yeah, I really can't show you this because I don't want to get another copyright strike. Maybe I could show it with no audio.
iPhone is the best.
Whoa, calm down. I'll show you a little bit of it. I mean, check this out. This is Resident Evil playing on the iPhone. I mean, it is supposed to be. They're saying it's the exact same game that's available on, like PS5 and Xbox and stuff like that, which is crazy. It's got ray tracing now. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to get a copyright strike. I better not do anymore. All right, how are you guys doing in the chat room? Before we move on to the news, how are you guys doing? Wow, terrible parent vibes. He just recommended iPhone 15s for two-year-olds. Shane? I'm still using a smartphone that's 4 years old. Works just fine. No, I mean, most people, look, if I had my phone from 4 years ago, I would be fine. I am just a little bit, I guess when I'm when you're a comedian and you're in the entertainment thing, filming videos and camera is a little bit more important than most people. I like that's one thing there's two things I believe in. Buying a good bed, spending a lot of money on a good bed. And I think that, you look at what you use the most in your life. And I think most people use their phone more than anything in their life. They use their phone more than their car a lot of times. How many times do you use your car? Well, I drive to work, 15 minutes to work, 15 minutes back. Then sometimes I go to the store and that takes me 10 minutes. How many times do you use your phone a day? Like 5 hours. If you're using something that much, I think that's when you pump the money into that, I've always thought that. I mean, I haven't always thought that, but I got to the point where I realized that you should always spend more money on things that you use more. You should always have, if you use something, a big chunk of your daily life, then maybe you should spend more on that than something you don't, I hope you didn't Uma from the Whitney Cummings Animal Shelter. What are you talking about? Yeah, the back is glass on most phones. I I think it used to be more for, why is it back glass? I think it used to be more for like antennas. And this year it is easier to fix the back glass. It used to be like $800. If you cracked your back glass, it was hard to replace, and it was like $800 to fix. This year it's now like $150 or $200, and Apple made it easier to fix the back glass. So I think they kind of know something's not right with the back glass this time around, maybe. Get a $5,000 bed minimum. Dan DeVito, you're right. I didn't get a $5,000 bed. I actually got a purple bed. But I got one of the good purples. I don't even, I have not even looked to see if they even have the bed I got anymore. I do recommend purple beds though. Not a sponsor. Wow, they have something called the Essential Collection now, and the Premium Collection, and the Luxe Collection. I don't even know what I have. Mine is called like a Purple 4. I guess they renamed everything, but I highly recommend. And let's just see what the Premium Collection is. I think that's probably what I think they just named it different. So Premium Collection. I think this is it. It's probably the same thing. Yeah, so I got a cooling comfort support, 3 inches. No, mine was 4 inches, I think. I think that's why it was called the Purple 4. Luxe Collection. All right, this has to be it. 4 inches? Is it 4 inches? Wait. Where is it? This doesn't... All right, so they've changed everything. Anyways, I'm guessing, yeah, this is a lot more expensive than I think when I bought it. I think they changed everything. I don't know if this is what I have. I think it was 4 inches, and it's not for everyone. Like, it took us a good week or two to get used to a purple mattress, because when you're in a purple mattress, it really is like you're kind of floating in a cloud. Like it's unreal. It's unlike any other mattress you've ever felt in your life. Like some mattresses you kind of sink into, some mattresses are kind of bouncy and stuff like that. This is more like, I don't know, it's a weird sensation. But I love it. And I am a purple fan for life. I can't wait to get a new one. The only negative on it is one of the heaviest mattresses in the whole entire world. It uses these big purple gel. Here, just watch the video. Let's just watch the video, shall we?
It's the revolutionary GelFlex grid inside every purple mattress. Unmatched innovation that delivers deep, restful, transformative sleep. Everybody sleeps differently. For every twist and turn your body makes, the GelFlex grid instantly adapts and reconfigures to support any position your body takes without ever disrupting your partner. From head to toe, the grid gives your body exactly what it needs, where it needs it, gently cradling your pressure points, your shoulders, hips, knees, while maintaining support for your back and legs for less ow and more ah.
It really does feel like
Nobody wants to sleep.
it really does feel like you are like sleeping in a cloud. Like it's a weird sensation. It is totally different than most mattresses. And I get it. Like if you sleep on one of these mattresses just for like a night, like if you stay over at somebody's house that has one, you might not like it the first night, because it took me a couple of days till I was like, okay, I love this. I didn't hate it when I first slept on it, but it was so different. It just felt weird. Like I felt like I was like on an amusement park ride or something. Like, whoa, why is this so weird?
Or too cold. So Purple's breathable design draws heat away from your body more effectively than most other mattresses. Purple's GelFlex grid is combined with complementary layers and a one-of-a-kind mattress that instantly adapts, cradles pressure points, and supports where you need it, and keeps you at the ideal temperature for your perfect level of comfort.
It is good with
So you can
temperature.
sleep more deeply, wake up rejuvenated.
It also
restored,
it's just
and with
one of
more
those,
energy to live your
it's
best
just one of those like feelings though when you get into bed and it's just like, oh, this is a good one. You know, there is negatives on it though for sure. I mean, purple mattresses weigh so much more than any other mattress I've ever. Like moving this mattress is one of the worst things in the world. Let's see if I can show you like the weight of a mattress. Like, all right, let's just say I got, no, I didn't get, all right, honey, hey, honey, get out of here. Let's say I got one of the let's just say this Luxe, because whatever I got was the most expensive one at the time. Now I think they've changed everything, but let's just say, what is this? Who is this calling me? Let's just say, well, what is the difference here? Let's go with what's the difference between premium? Well, this is, you know what? This is way more expensive than what I paid. So this might be different. I bet I did get, maybe I didn't get the Luxe. I probably just got the premium. This is probably the old one. So that's probably what I have. But it's 2 inches, 3 inches. See, mine was 4. All right, let's just say this one, just to see what the weight is. King size. No, yeah, do I have king or I have California king, I thought. Soft. What are the specs? Show me the specs. Honey, get out of here. What, honey? Bed frame details. Where is this? Do they have specs? See, I did have the California king. What? Why is there no California king here? Is that called a split king now? What's a split king? Wait, what's a split? Is a split king the same? Wait, the size guide says California king. And they're not showing the weight. Where's the weight? Where's the specs? Here's the specs. California king, 173 pounds. That's a heavy mattress when it's floppy, when it's like a thick, wet noodle. 173 pounds, you and a little Asian girl trying to move that from one side of the room to the other side of the room. It's mostly because it's a big floppy noodle too. It's not like a solid mattress. How much does a normal California king weigh? I wonder. It's a wet noodle mattress. Anyone in the chat have a purple mattress? Am I the only one that has a purple mattress? Am I? How do we get in purple mattresses? Holy shit, this honey. Girl, get out of here. A regular mattress is not 350 pounds. Shut the fudge up. All right. I do have a few VR news items, but they're all pretty fast items. We'll get through it real quick. All right. This is interesting. As you guys know, I use the Valve Index, which is a 4-5-year-old VR headset that's still one of my favorite things ever. There's been rumors that Valve has been working on another headset. We read one the other day where there was one that maybe was using a computer or some other kind of external box. There's been floating around that they've been working on a standalone headset, kind of like the Meta Quest. And it seems like that standalone rumor is back at it because there was an update to Steam VR that suggests that Valve is still working on a standalone headset. Valve is a notorious black box when it comes to basically everything. A recent update to Steam says that the company is still working behind the scenes on what appears to be a standalone VR headset. As revealed by tech analyst Brad Lynch, a recent update to Steam's client included a number of VR-specific strings related to batteries, which seems to support the idea that Valve is currently using. And that's, yeah. The update also says, mentions of new UI elements, icons, and animations added to the Steam client for VR, something it probably wouldn't do for a competitor's headset. So that makes sense. It makes sense. But anyways, Valve hasn't said anything, and that's all the news that really matters about this article. I think they're 100% working on a standalone. If they did this the Steam Deck, they're probably going to put a badass processor in there though, like the Valve Index, but it's like the Quest 5. You know what I mean? It's going to be expensive. $1,500. It's going to be $1,500. They're just going for it this time. They're just going to make it badass, though. That's what I think. Leaked Xbox documents show XR interest, but no. We talked about this the other day. Xbox recently was in court battling their right to buy Activision or some. Was that Activision? I don't even remember now, man. I'm too green to eat. I don't remember. I think it was. Anyways, they had to like show this in court, so it became public. It's leaked. But they pretty much had a roadmap of all the things they were doing. We learned about this new Xbox. If you missed last episode, we talked all about this. I believe it was last. Anyways, in the leaked documents, while Microsoft has previously taken considerable steps into XR, which is VR and AR, they call it XR, with both HoloLens and the Windows mixed reality platform on the PC, the company's flagship gaming division, Xbox, has not joined. Now, we've talked about what would be cool for Xbox. I think Xbox should buy Valve or team up with Valve or team up with Google or something. Xbox should just team up with, or just make it so anything could be plugged into the Xbox for the most part. Maybe Xbox Lighthouses, Xbox Connect 3. I'm just pulling shit out. Anyways, Road to VR reviewed a bunch of new documents that leaked this week in connection with the FTC versus Microsoft case. It said, in a mid-2022 gaming strategy review document, Xbox pointed to AR/VR as one of a handful of opportunities the company was mulling as part of early thoughts on the next generation of gaming. In the same section, the company pointed to tech like cloud gaming and ML and AI as potential areas of focus. In another section of the document, the company highlighted Windows mixed reality, OpenXR, WebVR, and HoloLens among many platforms and services that Xbox can leverage to build its next-gen platform for immersive apps and games. Given the context of the document, however, it doesn't seem that Xbox is specifically referring to XR when using the words immersive. While Xbox has mentioned XR as a future opportunity, the company's tone is still significantly skeptical that the tech has achieved a meaningful whatever. I don't care anymore. Another section of the document, Microsoft is said to say, we view virtual reality as a niche gaming experience at this time. So that's not a good thing to say. The whole niche gaming thing, why don't you just be on top of it? Xbox. You scared? See, that's one thing I don't understand. Like saying it's a niche gaming experience. Well, why don't you make it so it's not? You're just like, I'm just along for the ride. At least Meta's trying. Even Apple's trying. You're a fucking video game creator. One of the most successful boxes. At least PlayStation's trying. They're on their second one. Why don't you try also? Lazy. Why don't you make a new controller? Lazy. Xbox, you've let me down a lot lately. Is something changed at Xbox? The developer guy's not there anymore? Is that what it is? What's happened? Xbox, I mean, I've been an Xbox, number one Xbox fan ever since Xbox. For the most part, I've been Team Xbox. But man, you lost me. PlayStation got me this time around. For sure. For sure. For sure. That's
That's right, Brian. You keep on talking about that PlayStation, right? You're gonna keep talking about it, huh? Yeah. Hey, Brian, you're gonna keep on talking about me only, right?
So that's interesting. Fast Travel Games reveals Moonhood partnership for Handcrafted VR game. So this is cool. I forget the name of the game. Maybe somebody in the chat can remind me. That old game that used to be all claymation. I want to say it was a Nintendo game. Not Nintendo 64. Maybe GameCube. But it was all claymation. You guys remember that? Well, Fast Travel Games announced a partnership with a new development studio. And in it, they say that the new studio is going to create a papercraft experience for consoles, PC, and VR, hiring sculptors to make clay characters that are transformed into 3D models. That you can. And there's a trailer. Clay Fighter. Thank you. Day Mute. Clay Fighter is correct. You are the smartest one on here, Clay Mute. All right, let's take a look at this. I like this kind of style. I like when they mix shucks like this in video games. You know, like Nintendo does it a lot with like Paper Mario and Yoshi and stuff. Let's take a look at this.
Hello, hi, and welcome to our new studio, Moonhood.
At our previous game company Zoink, me and Olo here used to create story-driven games such as Lost and Random and Ghost Giant.
And at our new company, we want to keep doing what we're great at, but a little differently this time.
Does anyone hate fast motion as much as me? I don't like it. You know, that's something that I feel like Apple's going to reinvent in the future. Like, we have this new thing called cool fast motion, where it's fast motion, but we make it look so much cooler. Because fast motion now, like, to me, it's just like, it's like Benny Hill stuff. It never looks cool. And every time it's used, I'm like, what a cheap effect. What a cheap effect. Just do a fade in, fade out. I don't know. Do it different.
With Lost in Random, we had a lot of fun creating the art style and trying to capture the feel of a giant miniature world. But with Moonhood, we thought, why not actually create the game in real clay this time?
So here at our studio, we're not just game designers and programmers. We actually hired a team of talented sculptors and miniature painters.
I like, you know, there should be a TV show or a YouTube show or something like that, like, called like Forced Jobs, where you get somebody that owes a lot of money. They have to do a lot of money, but they're forced to do something like get into doing this kind of stuff. Like, you have to make a claymation sculpture. But man, I just owe $2,000 to Best Buy. I bought a laptop for my ex-girlfriend and she took it. And now I can't afford. I'm like, sorry. If you want that $2,000 taken off, you have to make a claymation witch, a claymation witch. And you have to sculpt it. You have to learn how to do it. And you have to do it in 2 weeks. And we're filming the whole thing of you trying to do it. All right, well, I'm going to go to Home Depot. I'm going to get a bunch of wood. Man, that's cool stuff.
Working in this organic medium is sending us down a new creative path that's a lot grittier and sort of more poetic than anything we've ever done before.
There's something special about crafting tangible characters. The style and texture of clay give them their own unique appeal. I've been working with sculptures for years.
See, doesn't that look fun? Man, you're not going to believe it, honey. I learned how to make that witch guy, that old witch guy. I made his mouth move.
Wondering.
That's great, honey. But I'm pregnant again. Oh, shucks. I'm going to have to do this for a career now.
How to bring that special look into video games. So when I found an easy way to 3D scan these sculptures, well, that was it.
Clay was the way to go.
Clay was the way to go. So we all have to be clay peeps now. That does look better.
Moonhood's new game is coming to console and PC, but you can also choose to play it in VR. We're happy to announce that we're partnering with our publisher Fast Travel Games to make this a reality.
You know what? We're also super excited to announce that we're partnered with on this game.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Who? PlayStation?
Announced that we're partnered with on this game.
I heard PlayStation. Did you hear PlayStation?
We're partnered with on this game.
Wow.
With on the announced that we're partnered with PlayStation. Partnered with PlayStation. Partnered with PlayStation. Partnered with PlayStation on this game.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Next time, we'll be ready to show you what the game and the world we're building really is about. Until then, we're showing a lot of our progress on social media, so please give us a follow.
Followed. What? What?
Oh, those two fools forgot the most important part.
You forgot the most important part.
Sign up for a
Sign up for a newsletter.
newsletter. Now go. Goodbye.
Goodbye. That actually looks sweet. So anyways, it's officially unannounced still. Whatever. We'll find out stuff soon. Follow that. That looked really cool. Moonhood. Partnership. Fast Travel Games. All right, we got one more thing to talk about. Quest 3 is about to come out, I think, this Wednesday, maybe? Or it's going to be announced this Wednesday. Anyways, the price of the higher storage model of the Quest 3 might have just leaked. They're saying it shows a promotional card listing, a shipping date of October 10th, and a readout from the store stock system showing 2 SKUs One priced at $5 and one priced for $650. When it was announced back in June, Meta confirmed the price would be 128 gig storage for $500. So I'm guessing there's going to be, if it's going to be 128 for $5, it's going to be $550 for 256, and then $650. It's like a terabyte. I bet. We'll find out very soon. Just like you're going to find out that I smoked too much green tea. I don't know what I was going to say. How are you guys in the chat? You guys ready to do this? All right, guys, if you're new here, this is the part where we actually go into virtual reality. Yeah, that virtual reality. If you don't know what virtual reality looks like, look at that. Wow, imagine that's your eyeballs right now. So in about 10 minutes or so, we're going to be back in virtual reality. So grab a drink, take a piss, walk the dog, hit subscribe, please. It's free. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell, become a member. $5 a month. You get the deleted episodes and extra blogs. A lot of blogs probably coming to that with Uma. It's going to be Uma's new hot page. All the COFs, cat only fans. Anyways, I'll see you guys very soon in virtual reality. I might tweet it. I might put it on Instagram. Just refresh the page in like 10, 15 minutes. I'll be back live. And I'll have a better voice. I may put some honey in my throat. I don't know why my throat's doing this right now. Because I sneezed 4 times. All right, see you guys soon.
Yeah.